on a swim that's left you breathless? What about a bike run down a bike trail just to see how far you can go? Or a run through nature just to explore its beauty? Hi, my name is Carlos, and today I'll be going over what a triathlon is. A triathlon is a 3-event race as described by Seismic Europe, and a 1-mile swim, 25-mile bike, and as well a 6-mile run. The first one being held in the United States was in San Diego, California, Mission Bay, where cyclists, bicyclists, swimmers, and runners all came together to race each other in one event. This was September 15th, 1974. And not many people know what to expect or what to do. But over time and over the years, they've learned how to prepare, and now I'm going to relay this information with you using websites. And with this informative speech, I'll be introducing the most important topic, which is swimming. Swimming requires you to have complete confidence in not just your physical abilities, but as well mental abilities, as you all will be swimming with hundreds of other people, and you will likely be bumping into each other during the first part of this race. After that, you really need to practice this as much as you can, more than biking and running combined. But swimming requires you to be efficient in the water, and that is defined by swimsam.com as minimizing the number of strokes or movement in the water over going to the distance of A and B. Now, over time, let's say you're swimming in a friend's swimming pool, you're going from A to B, you gotta practice reducing the number of strokes or movement in the water to go from A to B, and as well time. Having a seasoned athlete or coach can help you with this, or just a friend. That way they can time you or count the number of movement you do while in the body of water. Now, moving on to the next subject would be cycling. I know cycling, most people know how to bike or ride a bike, but if not, all it requires you to buy a road bike. I recommend a road bike or a triathlon bike as recommended by the website triathlonlab.com. Now, what's the difference between a regular bike and a road bike and a triathlon bike? Now, with a regular bike, the hand railings are all the way up here and you're sitting down, while a road bike and triathlon bike, the hand railings are much lower, making you propel yourself forward, going against gravity and as well wind resistance. It gives you a competitive edge when racing, as well keeps you less tired by focusing all your energy towards going the direction you want to go, which is towards the last part of the race, running. Now, pretty sure most of you are used to running, but running, I highly just recommend having comfortable shoes. With comfortable shoes, you'll be able to get used to running the last part of the event, and you will be tired. After swimming and biking, you will be tired, and you will need something to remind you of to keep you going. Now, when it comes to preparing for the running aspect of the race, I highly recommend just honestly keeping with you some glucose tablets and maybe a Camelback, which is basically a water backpack. Now, all these two things can be kept with your bike, so that way when you finish swimming, you got to carry it with you, and then you go to biking going towards the running aspect of the race. You can just park your bike, take the gear you need, and finish off the last 6 miles of the race. Now, when it comes to preparing before the race, it's recommended by the website triathlete.com to not eat at least 2 hours prior to the race. That way, if you do eat, you can eat very lightly, mostly carbs or bread or oats or jam 2 hours before the race. Because if you eat just right before the race, let's say you eat 20 minutes before the race, you're likely going to puke that up throughout the race, which would not be a good sight or very motivating for yourself. Now, the reason why I recommend glucose tablets is because they're really small and they just give you a boost of energy with sugar. Now, these things you could pop them in your mouth, eat them while you're finishing that race. And as well, when it comes to training throughout the months and maybe even years, because training for a triathlon does take a long while of preparing yourself, your body, and your mind. Now, don't be discouraged, as all you really need to do to get ready for one whole event is practicing going from one of the events, such as swimming or biking, and then going to the next, which is running. I personally recommend following the order of swimming for one practice and then going on to biking for the next practice the same day, and then on the next day just practice going from biking to running. That way you get used to that kind of conditioning that you need for the actual triathlon race. And as with all races, make sure to have someone with you, whether you're on a bike trail or just swimming in a pool. Never be unsupervised, or always have a friend or a buddy with you. That way if you ever get in trouble, they can help you. Now, my name is Carlos, and today I've gone over how to prepare for a triathlon by practicing swimming mentally and physically, as well conditioning yourself and having the right gear for a bike, and as well wearing what makes you comfortable and maybe personalizing your own stuff. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.